Cowabunga! After years of being sheltered from the human world, the turtles set out to be accepted as normal teenagers through acts of heroism. So the brothers go on a hunt for a mysterious crime syndicate, but trouble arises when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. In all honesty, guys, I may not be that of a huge fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise, but when I found out that the animation style will be Spider-Verse inspired and other things like the concept and other stuff, it made me want to check out this movie at my local Cinemark theater. So please enjoy. So, I just saw Paramount and Nickelodeon's new movie titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem at my local Cinemark theater, and what do I think of it? Oh my goodness, this movie had me shell shocked. No pun intended though, it was fantastic. I'm so happy Nickelodeon took so many notes from the Spider-Verse movie in terms of animation to make this movie come to life. Now, let me tell you my reasons why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is fantastic, in my opinion. Of course, we're going to talk about the animation first. The animation is magnificent. Given how Nickelodeon, the filmmakers, and the animators took tons of notes from the Spider-Verse movies, both the first one and the recent one, which is Across the Spider-Verse, it shows that Spider-Verse changed animation forever as we know it, and it will always will be. Two, the premise of this movie has something special for everyone, which tackles acceptance when we see our main characters wanting to be accepted as normal teenagers, not just some ugly looking mutants that get discriminated from humans so easily. That goes to the other characters too, especially Master Splinter. Three, this might not sound like a reason or something, but you don't have to be a huge fan of the TMNT franchise to enjoy this movie because, in terms of animation, storytelling, character development, and all of that, it is something for us, for everyone to enjoy altogether. Four, the voice acting is awesome because it fixes the obvious problem that the past TMNT films had suffered from back then, casting regular adults as our main heroes instead of casting actual teenagers as the main heroes. What I'm trying to say here is that it's really smart to have real teenagers being casted as the main heroes. That's all. 5. The characters are well developed, hilarious, and relatable, which while I clearly admire on how Leonardo, the leader of the Ninja Turtles, had the most nuanced character development throughout the entire movie, the most relatable character in this movie, in my opinion, is hands down Mikey. Because he can act really quirky sometimes, or at times I guess. 6. I really like how campy the character designs are translated throughout the film, especially the main antagonist of the movie, Superfly, who's honestly my favorite antagonist of this movie. Ice Cube, who voices the character Superfly in this movie, really carried his whole entire character throughout the movie though. 7. The humor is straight up crazy, which mostly involves around the slang terms that Gen Z teenagers usually say, or what teenagers typically do at times. And that's a pretty neat detail that I can clearly relate to. 8. The soundtrack is pretty good. I like how some of the music that is used in several scenes that fit the intense action and suspense sequences, like the end of the first act and the whole third act of the movie, in my personal opinion. 9. Jeff Rowe did an amazing job directing this film. Surprisingly, he's one of the guys that helped out the Mitchells versus the Machines, which pretty much explains everything. And 10, I know I mentioned the antagonist Superfly earlier, but I can't help how incredibly dope his introduction played out when the turtles first encountered Superfly and his crew. It got me in the feels like a lot. That's how I know that I already like the antagonist of the movie already. Now, before I wrap up my review for this movie, do I have any criticisms for this movie? Honestly, everyone, given how much I'm incredibly thrilled when I first saw this movie, I can't think of any sort of criticism I have with this movie right now. It left me speechless in such a positive way. So I'm gonna let this review completely slide. Overall, everyone, this movie is a huge embodiment of understood the assignment, meaning that it was so incredible, outstanding, exhilarating, and it got me shell shocked. No pun intended once again. This is, without a doubt, the best Paramount and Nickelodeon animated movie that I've ever seen since Rango. Don't get me wrong, everyone. Rango is still my number one favorite movie of the year 2011. But by Paramount Animation and Nickelodeon standards, this took the whole entire crown. Jeff Rowe, Seth Rogen, and everyone did a fantastic job making this movie come to life. And it does Paramount Animation and Nickelodeon justice. Now without further ado, let's get into my rating, shall we? I'm gonna give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem a 9.7 out of 10. So yeah, everyone, this concludes my review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is the last movie that I checked out in theaters during my summer break, and as a whole. I mean, this is the last movie that I checked out in theaters during my summer break, I mean. And I'm gonna continue myself waiting for my most anticipated movie of all time to come out. And that is Trolls Band Together. Which suddenly, even though this might sound random, but a new trailer, new footage for my most anticipated movie of all time, which is Trolls Band Together, played before my screening of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It had me speechless, but in a really crazy way. Like, DreamWorks has not released the new trailer for Trolls Band Together yet, and I wonder why. Maybe it's because of the writer's strike, or DreamWorks is it because DreamWorks and the employees at DreamWorks are doing research on the writer's strike? I'm not sure, but I'm so hyped for Trolls Band Together to come out since it's been my number one most anticipated movie of 2023 since when it first announced back in 2021. And I know for sure the wait is going to be worth it for me. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.